MGO, please. Please. Please say it's MGO. Oh my god, why are they teasing us this much? Please, just put the letters MGO on the screen. Whoa, it's not MGO, it's something else. Fuck.
Much appreciate all the longtime fans of MGO who have always wanted to see it make a comeback, but the landscape of multiplayer games has changed a lot since MGO.
What does that mean?
To make something unique that is more than just a shootout.
No, dude, that's what we want. Damn, dude, I can't help but feel a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Those are all the details we can do.
Wow, dude. Oh my god. Talk about a misstep, man. What I think it was Yuji Kurokado, or maybe the other guy, didn't catch his name, but what he said is completely right. Like the gaming landscape, the online gaming landscape, multiplayer landscape is completely different nowadays. There's no denying that. Compared to 2008, completely different, right? Like free to play models, battle passes, BR, extraction shooters, etc., etc. You don't really see that many boots on the ground 6v6, 5v5 third-person shooters anymore. But that's why it would be perfect to actually bring back something like a traditional MGO, in my opinion. You take the MGO 2 as like the base and you modernize it. Aiming felt really good in that game. There's a high skill ceiling. There's all the Metal Gear charm. All that game really needs is like better graphics, obviously, to match today's standards, and a better netcode, and maybe dedicated servers on top of that. That would be like the cherry on top. And that game, I think, would attract so many people, especially on consoles where like the choices for shooters that aren't, again, Warzone, Fortnite, yada yada, are kind of rare. It's just a weird mentality to have. So MGO's basically dead now. Like, we're never getting another MGO. That's basically what they said. They basically said like the gaming landscape's so different that traditional MGO just wouldn't work, which I don't agree with at all. Man, I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that sentiment at all. That the online landscape has changed so much that you can't have a traditional game. I think that's what people want, especially older people like us, or like me at least, who don't necessarily want to always sweat in BR modes and like don't really like that gameplay loop of like dropping, having to find gear. Like, I just want to load in like 5 different choices for guns, maybe a sidearm and my grenade, and then everybody has the same options for weapons. You don't have to like get lucky and spawn at the right place where there's, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like that gameplay loop. I can do that a couple times, but it gets boring. We just want a multiplayer game where we can just like load in, play 5v5, 6v6, and I think that would work. I honestly think that would work. I can't help but feel, I gotta be honest with you guys too, like I can't help but feel a little disappointed because it's just too different now, guys. The gaming landscape is just too different nowadays. Like, what are you talking about, man? I don't like that they talked about it that way. That's the main thing. Like, the mode might be fucking fun. The mode Fox Hunt might be fire, right? But like, I just don't like the way that they were talking about it. And like, if this is you, don't get upset, all right? So don't get mad if this is you. If you've never played MGO or you don't really know how they work, I'm not trying to call you out. I'm just trying to make a point. So I was telling my friends yesterday that like one of my biggest fears is that they can MGO and they do something exactly like this, because when you tell a Metal Gear Solid fan about Metal Gear Online, their first thought is like, oh shit, I can RP a snake and sneak around crouched over and like CQC people and like stay in the shadows, and it's probably very sneaky. And it's like, literally MGO is like the furthest possible thing from that experience. Like, if that's what you envision MGO to be, like, get that out of your mind, because it's not. And the trailers do such a bad job. Like, every single MGO trailer, except for like the first MGO, does such a bad job at showing off what MGO actually is. And that's a competitive third-person shooter first and foremost. After that, yeah, it has Metal Gear elements. It has some stealth elements, modes like Team Sneak, right? There's some stealth elements to that. But the game is a third-person shooter. Like, you go around shooting people. You're not trying to stealth around and stuff. You can play like that, right? There's things that facilitate you playing like that. First and foremost, it's a third-person shooter. It's not like a Solid Snake Simulator online, right? They see MGO in the past and they're like, oh, this doesn't really resonate with a lot of Metal Gear fans for whatever reason. So why don't we make a mode that's about sneaking around and focus on that? And there you go, we got Fox Hunt. So one of my fears actually came to light. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, if people didn't vibe with MGO 2 and all the modes that it had, including Team Sneak, because you could hop on MGO 2 and just play Team Sneak. There's people that only play Team Sneak because they like that cat and mouse chase. You know, I'm invisible one round and then I have to seek out, you know, the invisible people the next round. Some people really like that, which is why I don't understand why they didn't add a traditional, you know, TDM whatever mode, as well as this Fox Hunt pseudo team sneak mode. I don't really understand the reasoning. Even if it's like, you know, the gaming landscape is different. Like, it's not like this mode is super fucking popular in the gaming landscape. You know, we have like the prop hunt mod or whatever for, what is it, Call of Duty? And that's really the only game that I've seen that's like anywhere near this one. So like, I don't really understand. Like, the gaming landscape's so different, so MGO won't work. But we're gonna add this super niche mode that isn't a trend in the industry too. Like, huh? There's no reasoning behind it. Like, if they wanted to be smart and say like, oh, industry trends, blah 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 blah, make a BR then. Make an extraction shooter. Make a Metal Gear themed Tarkov. Then I could see that. Then it's like, oh, okay, they took inspiration from Tarkov, tactical shooter. It's slow. I think what rubbed me the wrong way the most was that comment about the gaming landscape changing. And I'm not ignorant to that. I'm not an old boomer that's like, things need to stay just like how they were 20 years ago or like whatever, right? Like, I get it. Yeah, things are very different now, from monetization to the psychology behind like player retention and all that. I get that. I'm not ignorant to that. Trust me. Like, but the thing is, okay, with that reasoning, make a battle royale. Make it so you get, you know, everybody Halo jumps at the beginning of the map or at the match. Make like a recreation of Selino Yarsk that's meant for a BR, and then I could understand, oh, okay, they're following industry trends. Maybe BRs aren't my sort of thing. They aren't for my demographic, but I get why they're doing it. But instead, they made that comment and made a one mode game that resembles another mode that we already had in MGO, and said that was their solution to it. It's nonsensical. It makes no sense. People go to Metal Gear for the story, right? Like 98% of people play Metal Gear for the single player, for the story, for the lore, for the characters. They don't give a shit about Metal Gear Online, or they don't even know Metal Gear Online exists. So I get that. I completely get that. I've always gotten that. Let's not act like MGO 2 was like this huge blockbuster game either, and neither was MGO 1. And I'm not even talking about MGO 3. Yeah, I guess just a part of me was hoping that they would keep that part of Metal Gear Solid 3 specifically alive, because it is the first game that introduced Metal Gear Online. But yeah, Gears of War, that might actually be the multiplayer that I play, is Gears of War, to be honest with you. That's exactly what I mean. That's such a good point. Who said that? Resigned. Yo, what up, by the way, dude? Resigned, another big Metal Gear Online fan. That's such a good point. They're bringing back fucking Gears of War multiplayer. Like, talk about a quintessential third-person online shooter. But didn't you hear Resigned? Resigned, didn't you hear that the gaming landscape has changed so much that those games just don't work? Nobody's going to be playing Gears of War multiplayer. Did you not hear? Did you not get the news? Konami broke it to us today that nobody's playing these types of multiplayer games anymore. The multiplayer is going to die and then say it was because of us, it wasn't popular. Yeah, well, they've done that every time, Resigned. That's really the main thing with MGO, right? Is it gives people more to do. Like, yeah, there's Snake versus Monkey, there's Snake versus Bomberman. You can fuck around in secret theater for like, you know, all of half an hour, if that. And then after that, if you're not a trophy hunter, like, that's it. You're done with Delta. You're done with the $70+ game that you bought. Whereas with MGO, especially nowadays, you could see someone streaming and you're like, what the fuck is this? I didn't even know about this. Then you hop on, you realize that you can play MGO for free because it's included with Delta. And there you go. Hundreds of hours potentially if you end up resonating with it, playing and like enjoying with your friends or people online, with your community, whatever. Like, I was looking forward to playing MGO with you guys, like having, you know, private lobbies and stuff. And we could probably still do that with Fox Hunt. So I don't want to doom and gloom too much, but they didn't have to add an online mode. Yeah, I know. But I mean, if they're going to add an online mode, like, do it right. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly, Ryan Zwig. Like, they knew. He even said it. He said as much. He's like, I know when we show, like, we talk about or show Metal Gear multiplayer, your mind automatically goes to MGO, and it's like, yeah? Like, why wouldn't it? Huh? All of this is straight MGO imagery. This, the guns in the back, MGO. Straight MGO. But they refuse to call it MGO. Like, I don't get this stupid rebrand. I don't understand this at all.
We very much appreciate all the long-time
Do you,
fans
though?
of MGO.
Do you very much appreciate it? I don't know if you do, actually. The gaming landscape has changed. So here's this super niche mode that no other multiplayer game has in the entirety of gaming at all. It's not going to stick. It's not going to stick. If people didn't play Team Sneak, if people didn't hear about MGO and play Team Sneak back in the day, they're not going to just play this mode online. They're just not, man.
Something unique that is more than just a shootout.
Why? We want the shootout.
An online experience unique to Metal Gear.
We had that already. It's called Team Sneak. We had that already. Why are we trying to reinvent the wheel? We had that already. It's called Team Sneak. It's a mode within MGO. Did you guys research this? Like, is this a brand new dev team that never heard of MGO? Yeah, there's a kill feed right there. It's... Oh my god, bro. Every time I look at this, I get more mad. I need to stop looking at this. What's ridiculous is they have a blueprint of what we like, feedback of what we like, and I don't know. They even asked for our feedback a year ago in a Hotline production video, and they named MGO specifically. Why were any of these two things here? Like, just to add insult to injury? There you go, guys. There's your MGO. Not MGO, sorry. Gaming landscape's too different now. Like, if MGO didn't exist, if I could, like, Men in Black wipe my memory and I saw this, I'd be hype. I'd be like, oh shit, an online mode. I can sneak around and pretend that I'm Snake. Oh my God, that's so fire, right? But because I have the memories of MGO 1, MGO 2, and, you know, some memories of MGO 3, especially finding my really good friends. So those 3 games, I have memories of those 3 games. I can't just set that aside and, like, be objective about this. You know what I mean? Especially when it's so similar to MGO. Which is just so funny. Team Sneak is such a niche mode that it's like, who is this going to appeal to? Metal Gear fans, sure, but we were going to play MGO anyway. You're going to tell me you're going to show this to some competitive third-person shooter player or Apex Legend player or PUBG player or Warzone player? Because that's what we're trying for, right, guys? Is something more contemporary, right? We're trying to make this more contemporary because MGO is just too boomer. But you're picking the most niche mode with the slowest gameplay, huh? Not even memeing right now. I would have been happier with Metal Gear Online BR or Metal Gear Online Extraction Shooter, because an extraction shooter I can kind of see, right? It's slower, it's methodical, it's tactical, you still get that element of stealth. This is literally, from what we've seen, again, I want to reiterate because I might eat my words tomorrow if they show more. From what we've seen so far is literally just Team Sneak Light. That's all it is. Oh, I will forever say this. I don't care that they made Fox Hunt. I don't. I just don't like how this was unveiled to us and the way that they kind of talked about MGO, because there's no reason why this couldn't just be Metal Gear Online, and it could have just launched with this little mode that they made. Name it something different. Sneaking mode's already taken, but I don't know. Call it whatever. Call it the new Team Sneak. Just use Team Sneak, right? Camo Sneak, something. I keep saying it, but the way that they unveiled this, all signs were pointing to a traditional MGO that we all wanted and they knew we wanted. That's my problem. If the crux of all of this is that they knew we wanted it, they developed something reminiscent of it, but they didn't give us what we wanted. That's the problem. It's exactly like Blizzard. We know you guys want classic WoW, but we know more than you, because you guys are just stupid gamers. You guys are just dumb gamers. You don't know what you want. Classic World of Warcraft from 20 years ago. You want that? Pfft, you're stupid. Why would you want that? Why would you want that? You know, it's not like the game was a massive phenomenon back in the early 2000s. It comes out, it shits on retail WoW, and it single-handedly saves World of Warcraft during the one of the lowest points. And I'm not comparing World of Warcraft to fucking MGO. It's way more niche, but it's the same sentiment. You know what I'm saying? Fans want MGO. We know they want MGO. They're passionate about MGO. We're gonna do MGO again, but how can we do it differently? Let's sit there and think. Oh, I've got it. Let's make MGO one mode, and let's make that one mode Team Sneak, but shitty. I don't know. I still feel like some of these devs still think like they know better than what, like they know better. They think they know better of what we want than we know. I don't know if that makes any sense, but they have it in their heads that they have a better understanding of what the players want than the players do. And it's just like, no, you don't. There's literally private servers to play MGO2 because people are so passionate about that version of the game, about that sort of like gameplay loop that game offers. You know what I mean? You know we want MGO. You've asked us about MGO. You've teased about MGO, but you don't give us MGO.